for joining us here at the state capitol today to bring the attention to the successful passing of House Bill 426, Georgia's hate crime legislation. So why today, 2 days after the bill has passed? Because we want to continue to recognize the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus and to thank our constituents for just being the force to continue to say that Georgia is too great to hate and to say no to hate crime. So we have called this gathering today just to recognize a few of the champions that helped to get the ball over the goal, in addition to say thank you to our constituents and to our community partners. Why was HB 426 so important to pass now? Because of the unrest that has continued to go on until justice is served. And I believe that that is the message that our community will continue to put forth, is that we're going to continue to peacefully protest, continue to pass legislation, criminal justice reform. House Bill 426 is just a beginning, and we want to continue to pass criminal justice reform until justice is served. And so now, just to let you know that the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus has been the force behind this bill for over a year and a half. We have met continuously with the senator, with the lieutenant governor, and with the governor. In the meantime, we have had town hall meetings, and we have worked with Republicans on both sides of the chamber to make sure that this bill has been passed. And just to recognize a few of our champions, we have with us today Dean Calvin Smyre, the Dean of the House of Representatives, who was very instrumental in negotiating the agreement, the final agreement. I understand that the Senate has gotten a break, so while they are voting, I'm going to ask that our Senator Harold Jones come forth first, if it's okay with Dean, because I know he has to go back, so that he may say a few words, but it was the lawyers that help us to come to an agreement, and Senator Jones will come and speak.
Thank you everybody for coming. This was a very good and hard lift that had to take place. It only happened because, first of all, the House of Representatives actually had this bill that we could work with. So we want to thank the fact that they had the foresight to actually bring this bill to us last year. But then, unfortunately, what spurred this deaths of Smyre and deaths across the nation actually spurred it to go forward. Now, once we had that, which was the unfortunate aspect of all of this, it took a lot of leadership persons. One of the leaders, one was Dean Smyre, helped us coordinate everything, helped us, guide us, because many of us, this was our first time really approaching a bill of this magnitude, and we needed his leadership to help do that. And so it was the Senate and the House working together, the Senate and the House Dems really coming together, also the leadership of Bennett, the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus. I cannot stress enough how much this was a team effort. And I also cannot do this, but I also have to thank the lieutenant governor, who also was there, right there in the midst of all of this negotiation. But it's these folks right here that are around me right now, which were instrumental in making this take place. This was almost at a point where we thought it was not going to happen. But we continued to push forward with the leadership of everybody who stands here. And I just want to thank everybody. I think it's also going to be something that we continue to grow on. And hopefully we continue to grow what's good for Georgians all across the state as we continue to move forward. So thank everybody that was here, especially Dean Smyre. We appreciate you so much and everything that you did for us. Thank you.
Dean Smyre?
Let me just say that I want to thank the members of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus, and before Senator Jones leaves, I want to thank him for his leadership in the Senate as well. Senator Jones, in our initial meetings, worked through a lot of the differences between the House and the Senate, and it was a great opportunity for us to come together. And I want to thank Karen Bennett, our chair, Representative Bennett. Prior to coming back for the legislative session, I asked her to form a lot of Zoom calls and meetings for us to discuss HB 426, and through her Georgia Legislative Black Caucus Advisory Group led by Representative Craig Gordon and Senator Ed Harbison, we were able to discuss a lot of the nuances of HB 426. This is a bill that I think makes Georgia, give Georgia one of its most defining moments. in one of this finest hours. And a lot went into that, a lot of negotiations, a lot of discussions. And I'm just delighted and happy that we were able to get this bill passed. And I think that the Auburn Arbery killing was a catalyst to this. And as Chairman Bennett stated, I don't think this is a panacea. I don't think this is a cure-all. But I do think this is a start on getting us on some issues that I think that are tantamount to justice for all in the state of Georgia. And I think that once we have 426 signed into law, and then we can address those other issues that are tantamount in the equation of justice for all and equality for all, and that is citizens arrest, that's stand your grounds, that's other measures that's dealing with policing reform and things of that nature. So the Legislative Black Caucus is to be commended. They were one of the catalysts behind this bill, and because of them, we are where we are at this junction. So my hat is off, and I tip my hat to the members of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus in the House and the Senate, and give them kudos as we now are looking forward to the signing by the governor and this becoming the law of the state of Georgia. And we will never hear again that Georgia is one of 4 states without a hate crime law. To me, that's going to be mighty important. So thank y'all very, very much.
Thank you, Dean Smyre. I'd like to also bring to the podium Senator Lester Jackson. We started this hate crime bill journey 4 or 5 years ago when Senator Jackson was the chairman of the Legislative Black Caucus, and he passed the baton on to me. So Senator Jackson, won't you come and just say a word or two?
Thank you, Madam Chair. As members of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus, we are called to be a movement, not a moment, but we are called to be a movement for social injustice. We are called to be a movement for justice reform. We are called to be a movement for justice. And this bill, we started this journey about 5 years ago. By then, a minister, Bishop Reginald Jackson, came upon this caucus and asked us to address hate crimes in Georgia. And we as a caucus took that baton and said that as a black caucus, we will be a movement for social justice. So I'd like to thank my friend and colleague, Representative Al Williams, who helped me lead this crusade. Representative Craig Gordon, who played an integral role of making this happen. And not enough said for Dean Smyre and our new Chairman Karen Bennett, that led this crusade for social change. I applaud every member of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus for making this happen, but it just was not us. It was all the peaceful movements. It was all the rallies. It was all the emails. It was the public that pushed us. And it was the public that pushed the members of this General Assembly, because the Black Caucus led the crusade, because we are not a moment in this time. We the Black Caucus are a movement.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Vice Chair Anderson. Well, we said that on the unfortunate murder of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and Raynard Brooks, this bill, someone coined it as a Lazarus bill. This bill was dead in the Senate, but it took the unfortunate murders of those young men and women to bring this bill back alive. So I'm going to call Representative Gloria Frazier to the podium, who has a resolution for the Arbery family. Representative Frazier.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you all for being here today. This is going to be a solemn moment right now. Miss Ahmaud Arbery's mother is currently in Louisville at Breonna Taylor's protest that they're having in Louisville today. But she is actually, I think now, live streaming us on Facebook. So so she's with us as I present this resolution honoring one of Georgia's native sons from Byrd County, Georgia. I represent Byrd County, and I would just like to thank now Representative Al Williams from Midway, Georgia, and myself. We had a press conference at the same time a few weeks ago where I went to the grave site of Ahmaud Arbery, and he was actually in Brunswick at the courthouse where we were seeking justice for this young man. And at this time, I would like to read this resolution because it's important that his mother and his family know that we appreciate them and that we want them to know that the state of Georgia recognizes the sacrifice that Ahmaud Arbery made to the passing of the hate crime bill. House Resolution 1547, a resolution honoring the life and memory of Mr. Ahmaud Marquez Arbery and for other purposes. Whereas the state of Georgia mourns the loss of one of its most distinguished citizens for the passing of Mr. Ahmaud Arbery on February 23rd, 2020 at the age of 25. And whereas Mr. Arbery was a blessed Mother's Day gift from God, born to Wanda Cooper Jones and Marcus Arbery Sr. on May 8, 1994 in Brunswick, Georgia. Whereas a humble, kind, and caring man, Mr. Arbery enjoyed the company of his friends and family and loved to write the news to those around him. Whereas a graduate of Brunswick High School, Mr. Arbery attended South Georgia Technical College in Americus, Georgia. Whereas Mr. Arbery was a black man on the job when he lost his life very senselessly because of the color of his skin. And whereas Mr. Arbery was adored by many, and the tragic and shocking loss of this loving son, brother, uncle, grandson, nephew, cousin, and friend has left an impact on countless Georgians and Americans. And whereas a compassionate and generous man, Mr. Arbery will long be remembered for his love of family, friendship, and community, and will be missed by all who had the great fortune of knowing him. Now therefore be it resolved by the House of Representatives and the members of this body, the Georgia House of Representatives and the Senate, join collectively in honoring the life and memory of Mr. Ahmaud Marquez Arbery and express their deepest and most sincere regret at his passing. Be it further resolved that the clerk of the House of Representatives is authorized and directed to make an appropriate copy of this resolution available for distribution to the family of Mr. Ahmaud Marquez Arbery. And I will be presenting this resolution at Spring Hill Baptist Church as soon as we adjourn session at his home church in Byrd County, Waynesboro, Georgia, where family, friends, and our local mayor will attend. And at this moment, Madam Chair, can we please have a moment of silence for Mr. Ahmaud Marquez Arbery. Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Representative Frazier. And now, if there are any questions, we will entertain just a few questions. Yes, sir. Well, we're glad that that language did not end up in House Bill 426, absolutely. And that's what I'll say about that.
How about citizens arrest? I know you wanted that taken care of. You don't have to.
I'm going to ask, we got two attorneys, William Boddie and Harold Jones. William Boddie will talk about citizens arrest.
Thank you so much.
Representative.
Thank you so much. I apologize. Yes, citizens arrest is something that we have been definitely speaking about and talking about here in the General Assembly since we have reconvened. The question is, will we have a complete repeal of the citizens arrest, or will we have a modified bill, which would be a carve-out for merchants exception? So right now those talks are still in the works. We know Sunny Dice is these can happen, things can really start to move. And those conversations are being had right now as we speak.
So there's still a chance it could happen this session?
Definitely a possibility.
I think so.
What can you talk about? Both the Senate this morning has passed a study committee for police to study policing, and the House Speaker is committed that he's going to have those bills heard over the summer. Can you talk about what you're going to be looking for out of that process?
On the Senate side of the study committee, I actually signed also with Senator Cowson and others. And this is to talk about police training. This is to talk about police as far as police brutality is concerned. It's going to cover various aspects of policing. And so we're possibly the House will be doing the same thing, but we're committed to it. I have no doubt we're going to have that study committee and move forward on those issues in the next General Assembly.
I got a question. There's a couple of bills that the Democrats yesterday opposed on the floor dealing with the pay cut, and then there's also one in committee dealing with the absentee ballots. Can you address both of those, your thoughts on both of those?
So, with the pay cut bill, that was, I believe, SB 416. The position that the House Democratic Caucus wanted to set is that if we're going to start talking about pay cuts, let's start with also our constitutional officers as well. We have to start from the top and keep going down. Like, the state of Georgia is one of the lowest paying general civilians in this country. And our members are part-time legislators that have day jobs. But this is not part-time work at all. We have worked through the pandemic. We have worked through long hours, long winters, and long days. So we just wanted to make sure that we have parity. And if it's going to be a pay cut, that also our constitutional officers are also a part of that pay cut as well.